Hello students, welcome back to the chemistry class. Now let us discuss about determination of equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. As we all know that according to Nernst equation, cell potential is equal to standard cell potential minus 2.303 RT upon NF log Q, where Q is reaction quotient. At the point of the equilibrium, the rate of forward and backward reaction becomes equal. So, the cell potential also becomes 0. So, we can write here at equilibrium, the cell potential is equal to 0 and reaction quotient is equal to equilibrium constant. So, now we can write as 0 is equals to 0 is equals to standard cell potential minus 2.303 RT upon NF log Kc, right? Or we can that standard cell potential is equal to 2.303 RT by NF log Kc. So, this is the relation between standard cell potential and equilibrium constant. At 298 Kelvin temperature, we will write this standard electrode potential is equal to 0.059 upon N log Kc. Or we can write that log Kc is equals to N into standard cell potential upon 0.059. In this way, we can determine equilibrium constant from the value of standard cell potential, right? Now, we derive a relation between Gibbs energy change and the standard cell potential. We all know that work done by electrochemical cell is equal to the product of cell potential or EMF and the charge transferred. So, we can write the work is equal to charge into potential. If any moles of electrons are transferred here, then charge will be equal to N into F. So, we can write that work is equal to N into F, and instead of potential, we can take standard cell potential. Now, this work done by the cell is equal to decrease in Gibbs energy. So, we can write here standard Gibbs free energy will be equal to negative NF E naught cell. So, this is the relation between Gibbs free energy change and the standard cell potential. If we will use the value of standard cell potential from the equilibrium constant, we will get that E naught cell is equal to 2.303 RT upon NF log Kc. log Kc. So, on putting these values here, we will get that standard Gibbs energy quotient charge is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. So, here is the relation between standard Gibbs energy change with equilibrium constant, right? So, now let us see a numerical of calculation of standard Gibbs energy change and equilibrium constant from the standard cell potential, right? Now, here is the question. Determine the values of Kc, means equilibrium constant, and standard Gibbs energy change for chemical reaction. Nickel plus silver ion react to each other and gives nickel ion plus silver at 298 Kelvin. And the given standard cell potential is equal to 1.05 volt. Okay, so here first we can calculate standard Gibbs energy change directly, because standard cell potential is given here. By using formula, standard Gibbs energy is equal to minus NF E naught cell. If the standard cell potential is not given here, okay, if the standard cell potential is not given here, then we can easily calculate by difference of electrode potential of cathode and anode. Now we can here put the value here. N will be equal to 2 as 2 electrons are transferred. So, and Faraday's value is 96,500 Coulomb and given standard cell potential is 1.05. Then now putting this value, and now by multiplying we will get here standard Gibbs energy change equal to minus 202650 joule per mole, or we can write here standard Gibbs energy change is equal to minus 202.65 kilojoule per mole. On the same way, we can calculate for equilibrium constant. So, we know that log Kc is equal to N E naught cell divided by 0.059 is equal to N standard cell potential upon 0.059. So, on putting the values, log Kc is equal to 2 into 1.05 divided by 0.059 and solve it, then log Kc will be equal to 35.59. So, Kc will be equal to antilog 35.59. So, from the antilog table, we can find the value of antilog here 35.59, and we will get Kc will be equal to 3.917 into 10 to the power 35. So, using this relation, we can easily calculate standard Gibbs energy change and standard equilibrium constant, right? So, in our next class, we will study about conductivity, conductance and resistance. Okay, so hope everything is clear about the topic. See you in our next class. Thank you.